Chapter 5.2, Day 3, Properties of Radicals. The properties of radicals we have discussed in the past, but right now we are going to discuss product property of radical, where you can write the product of two numbers and separate them into two different radicals. So it's going to be nth root of A times nth root of B, and similarly you're going to combine them as different two radical symbol into one radical symbol. So it's going to be 4 times 2, so that's 8. So cube root of 8. So you combine the two radical symbol into one radical symbol, and that gave you cube root of 8, and then cube root of 8 is 2, and that's your answer. For quotient property, same thing, you can separate them according to the need, or you can also combine them. In this one, we are going to combine the fourth root 162 divided by 2, and that's equal to fourth root of 81, because 162 divided by 2 is 81. Fourth root of 81 is 3, or you can just write this as 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. They make a group of 4, and they get out of the radical symbol, and the answer is 3. Or you can just see that the fourth root of 81 is 3. An expression involving a radical with index n is the simplest form when no radicands have perfect nth power as factor other than 1. No radicand contain fractions. No radicand appear in the denominator of a fraction. Now we are going to do example number 2 using properties of radicals. Product property of radicals. For letter A, we are going to combine the two radicals into one radical symbol. So we are going to write it as cube root of 12 times 18. We can write or divide this into factors or prime factors. Here we have is 2 times 2 times 3. And for 18, you have 3 times 2 times 3. So if you can see that there are 2 times 2 times 2, and there are 3 times 3 times 3. So one group is from 2s, they make a group of 3, and then it comes out of a radical symbol because they make a group of 3. So this way they cancel the cube root. Another group is 3, they also make a group of 3, so it cancel with the 3, and you have the 2 times 3 as your answer, and that is 6. Next, you're going to combine the cube root of 4 times 128, and then we are going to make them into prime factors. So this 4 is already there, and we are going to make the factors for 128. 128 I wrote is as 4 times 4 times 8, and then you can divide the 8 further down into 4 times 4 times 4 times 2 times 2 times 2. In order to get out of the cube root symbol, you need to make a group of 3. So here the 4 and 4 and 4 make a group of 3, so 4 is out. This also make a group of 3, so 1 number from each group gets out. So the answer should be 4 times 2, and that's 8. If you notice that when you multiply 4 and 128, it becomes 512. And 512, you have a list already created that cube root of 512 is 8. So for now, I combine the 27 and 9. So 27 in black color and 9. I make them into small factors. So this is 3 times 3 times 3 for 27. And 9 can be broken into 3 times 3. We need group of 4 to get out of the radical symbol for fourth root. So they make a group of 4. So I take one of the 3 out. But this 3 remains inside. So the answer is 3 fourth root 3. For number letter D, you're going to make them as 9 times 6. And when you break them into small factors, you get 9 3 times 3 and 6 as 3 times 2. You have one group that makes a group of 3, and that comes out of the radical symbol, and 2 will remain as it is. So the answer is 3 cube root of 2. For letter E, I'm going to combine the 125 times 5, and that's going to be 5 times 5 times 5, that's 125. So 125 is 5 times 5 times 5, and then this is extra 5. They make a group of 4. So in order to get out of the radical symbol that has 4 in the cap, you need to make a group of 4 that will cancel the radical, and it comes out free. So the answer is just 5. For number letter F, you're going to combine 36 times 216. Just remember, there are 5 outside in the cap, so it means you need a group of 5 number of the same type to get out of the radical symbol. If you think about this question, you know that the 36 is 6 times 6, and 216 is 6 times 6 times 6. So they alone cannot come out of the radical symbol. When we combine it, then I have 5 in numbers. So they're 1 2 3 4 5. So they make a group of 5. It means then they can get out of the radical symbol, and 6 is your answer. So one number from each group outside of the radical symbol, and that gives you an answer. Next is the quotient property of radicals. Letter A, you're going to combine the 2 radical into 1 radical symbol. 80 divided by 5 is going to be fourth root of 16, and fourth root of 16 is 2. So your answer is going to be 2. Next, you're going to combine the radicals into 1 radical, and you have cube root of 125, and cube root of 125 is just a number 5. 192 divided by 3, and then we're going to find the cube root of that number, and that 192 divided by 3 is 64. Cube root of 64 is just a 4, so answer is 4. Next is letter D. When you divide 512 by 2, you got 256. Fourth root of 256 is 4, so 4 is your answer. 108 divided by 4 is 27. Cube root of 27 is 3. 375 divided by 3 is going to be 125. And cube root of 125 is 5. So 5 is your answer.